What's up, everybody? It's your favorite gal pal, Scarlett Cyanide, and welcome back to another Scarlett Cyanide's Sit and Sip. I am joined once again by my lovely co-host,
Jordan. I'm also here.
And we are here. We've made it. It is the grand finale of Drag Race Season 17, and this is episode 16. The grand finale. We have a winner. A winner was crowned.
Yes. That is factual.
All right, well, I want to get into the episode, but really quick, Jordan, what are you sipping on?
I have water. I will probably go grab it in just a moment.
You didn't bring the thing that you're going to sip on to sit and sip?
Let me go get it.
Go get your water.
Yes, I'm just sipping on some water. What about you?
Hey, I'm celebrating a little bit this evening, so there is, I will say, like an off-brand cherry lime, like sparkling water situation.
Okay.
And a little bit of lime juice. And then a little bit of adult go-go juice.
Oh, okay.
So, hey.
Sounds great.
So cheers to the finale, everybody. All right, Jordan. It's that time to grab a seat and take a sip. And let's get into the grand finale of Season 17 at RuPaul's Drag Race.
Yay. Honey's excited. Yay.
I know. Yes. Honey is so ready as well.
Excited.
All right. It was truly a really, really fun finale. This finale was kind of a return to form in some ways because, well, first of all, it was on the actual soundstage. It was on the actual, runway stage where they film everything. And typically over the last many, many years, honestly, I couldn't even tell you how many, it's been recorded in a theater. Either in LA or in Las Vegas.
Yes.
A couple times. We see this type of finale still sometimes in the international seasons, but for it being a U.S. season of Drag Race, it was kind of crazy, honestly, to see it back on the regular soundstage. Now, we still got to see people's family members. So that was nice.
Yes, that was nice.
And we still got to see all the returning queens. And then they kind of have star-studded, the former girls and just other big name drag queens and stuff in the audience. So we still I think they did a good job of giving us that experience of a live finale while it's still being a very scaled down.
Yeah. I really did love how intimate it felt, including it didn't even feel like there were really risers. Everybody was just kind of packed in there.
Yeah,
to watch the show was great.
Cabaret tables.
Yeah, I loved it.
Now, it was really, really fun to see the former girls. So let's just talk about some of our favorite looks. So just off the top of your head, who would you say some of your favorite looks were?
I'm going to use that question to say what I wanted to say, which is because it was such a good look. Also, I am gone for a week, and Suzie Toot has this amazing glow up. She's hot now too.
Yes, everybody's hot for the Toot now. She's sexy too. And she's not just Suzie.
I was gone for 1 week, and everything changed, and that outfit was incredible. She was doing this Little Shop of Horrors, but starring Poison Ivy from Batman, and I loved it. It was so good.
That was definitely one of my favorite looks of the evening.
It does make me feel validated in saying, if only she could have gotten those critiques sooner.
Oh, definitely. I know.
We could have been getting this for a while.
It was funny because there was a rumor online, not really, but there was just some funny shade of is the reason why Jordan isn't your co-host for the episode because Suzie won the lip sync Lollapalooza.
No, that's just a coincidence.
No, I know. I mean, how did you feel about that?
About
Suzie winning and everything.
Oh, in the Lollapalooza.
Because you watched it.
I did watch it. Oh, I absolutely agreed with it. I loved one comment I saw where somebody said that Kori wasn't going to win any money from Starbucks looking like a Dunkin' Donuts cup. And that is so funny and true. Oh my goodness.
Susie Toot's look was amazing.
It was great. And then the piranha plant, or the Audrey 2s, it was great.
It was so, so good. I loved Kori King's look. Speaking of Dunkin' Donuts, I was obsessed with her black and pink dress. I was thinking I was kind of peeping a lot of references, but definitely it was almost giving me like one of those collector Barbie dolls that were like really popular.
Yeah, you were saying, especially with
90s.
the way it fans in the back, you were saying.
Yes. So I don't know what her specific reference was, but she just looked so stunning.
She looked really good.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I also love Lana Geray's look. It looked like she was like floating in a cloud, and just everything about that tiered tulle skirt and just the little like wand or whatever. It was so cute.
I do love, so I feel like with anything with the Lollapalooza, Lana did a great job at this, but anything that you are forced to do on the show past getting eliminated, you should always be showing up trying to like make them regret getting rid of you. And I feel like Lana does that every time. Yeah. Every time we've seen her since, it's been incredible. And this look with that trail, it was covering just one leg. It was incredible.
Beautiful.
It was so beautiful.
So beautiful. I don't know if we agree on this, but I was actually really pleasantly surprised about Acacia's look. Acacia Forgot's look. I thought it was just beautiful. I thought it was super elegant. It was finally like really grand, and just everything with the wig tied in together. I thought she did a great job.
I actually thought the dress, while it did bore me a little bit, I could appreciate how intricate it was. It was very well crafted.
Yeah.
I just thought Acacia was the most relatable one the entire night because she never didn't look angry. In this, like, I can't believe I'm still doing more things for this show right now.
That's so funny. Okay. I also love this next person's look, but also thought they also looked angry all the time, which was Arrietty's. And that amazing like cat look. I mean, it was incredible.
And it was difficult to tell entirely because of the way the mouth flaps were, but I know what you mean. You could still get a sense.
Yeah, and I mean, you're right. Maybe it was just like because of the prosthetics, she like literally couldn't smile or do whatever.
Very possibly.
But either way, I'm like, oh my God, like she looks ferocious. Like not just fierce, but ferocious. Like I thought she was like gonna.
She did, but it was that look was incredible. It was so beautiful.
Oh my God. As much as it was fun seeing the returning girls, we are here to really find out who won this thing. So I want to dive into the final four, and I just kind of want to recap each contestant. So first up is Jules Sparkles. What did you think of Jules's look?
I thought it was absolutely gorgeous. I love how tapered and cinched it was until it became huge at the waist, which was so good.
The pink ball gown.
She almost looked like she was floating out there. It was gorgeous.
Yeah, that pink ball gown dress was honestly like such a breathtaking gag and like such a way to stunt on them and be that first girl that just came out with like the biggest dress ever. It was, speaking of Barbie, it literally looked like something out of a fairy tale. Like
it did.
It
really did. It was
like you said, it floated.
Yeah.
It was so beautiful. One of the top looks of the evening for me, for sure.
For sure.
Let's get into the performance.
I really enjoyed her song.
Oh my gosh. I thought it was so clever. She literally made a song about like messing up and kind of like being clumsy and like messing up a little bit.
Yeah.
She did something, and Michelle summed this up so well. She did something that we almost never see, especially for finale performance, which was physical comedy. It was so polished. Yeah, it was like for her, like the whole funny thing of it being like her falling over and messing up. It was so clean.
Yeah.
And like perfect. And it was,
maybe it was something she thought of while she was trying to think of 5 years from now.
There you go. Yes. I mean, she definitely did the ding, ding, ding in the Vegas and her Vegas promotional thing. And she kind of like has carried it through from there.
So I think she's just like, this is my thing now. This is the thing I'm going to do. And that play was, I called it a play. That song was terrific. It was well choreographed. I got a laugh and I really enjoyed the song.
Yeah.
Without it being jokey.
Yeah. The physical.
Not that I have anything against joke songs.
Yeah, no. I mean, I think that's a good point because the risk of that is that people are like, okay, that was funny, but they don't think of it as like fierce or sickening or like a finale type of number. But I think she was able to do all of that.
Oh, absolutely.
And it was pretty amazing. Speaking of something, her 5-year plan and something that she did say that she was going to focus on was the burlesque aspect.
Yes.
And because part of her act was she actually did really amazing reveals, like really fun reveals.
And very well timed. It was like perfect for the switch in the song.
Right. All right. Her performance was amazing. And now it's time to stand up there with Ru. And I think overall this was a really like heartwarming, talk and recap of her journey so far on the show. She got to talk more about overcoming like her sicknesses as a kid and like having the bionic spine.
Yeah. We
of course got to see from her amazing parents again, which was really cool.
We got to see Douglas again.
Yes, we got to see Douglas Salchicha, and he's just so. Every time I'm like, oh, Douglas wins. Wins. Season 17. So after you saw everything, how are you feeling about like Jules' chances for top 2 and everything like that?
Jules was my likely top 2. I thought it was going to be Jules and Lexi.
There we go. Yeah.
So I always imagine Jules in the top 2.
After seeing this package, I also was like, I think Jules Sparkles is going to be in the top 2. So this was giving me top 2 energy. It was done. It was just really well done. Now, speaking of Lexi gets to go next. And, oh my God. Y'all, I just have to be real right now. Lexi's, I think, was my favorite.
Incredible. Overall, and just
Yes.
Astonishing.
My favorite package of the night. Let's first talk about her runway look. So the look with the wings and the flowers and the Victoria's Secret, like literally some Victoria's Secret runway.
I was going to say, like, I literally felt like that would just be a big Victoria's Secret ad, was just what she was wearing right then.
It was amazing to have Andy's perspective and of being backstage with Lexi and performing with Lexi, because Andy dropped at the show, really Lexi was giving you like the body girl, like she was kind of naked throughout her performance, and then we really saw that during the finale.
I remember that when I was watching back. I was watching yours and Andy's episode, which was fantastic. I really liked it.
That was so much fun.
I was noticing, because she was saying all those things also about Suzie Toot. It felt like she was like 2 weeks ahead of us.
Yeah, I know.
She had like 2 weeks of insider knowledge ahead of us.
Honestly, that seems about right.
Yeah, because now it's all catching up.
What did you think about Lexi's performance with the roller skates?
I think right there is just why she should have won, because the control it must take to do all those kinds of crazy stunts in roller skates is incredible.
Right.
All of this stuff, she's doing it while she's singing, while she's doing choreography with all these other people.
She is definitely number one, the best roller skate performer that we've ever had on any Drag Race franchise. Sorry, Kelly Roller. Anyway.
I was going to say, I'm sure it's been done plenty.
It has, and there have been a lot of queens that have claimed that they are like the roller skate girl. No. Lexi Love is here.
No, it's Lexi Love.
The fact that it was the most beautiful, like, crystallized bodysuit. She was giving you that Sasha Colby ponytail. Like, I loved it. Now, I thought Lexi's conversation with Ru was amazing. Once again, I thought that she had the most, like, comprehensive conversation with Ru when it came to, like, laughing, having heart, even like the interaction with her drag moms that were there.
Yes.
I thought all of it was just so impactful and special. That, yeah, I really thought that Lexi was like a shoo-in for top 2 at this point. Yeah.
And this was very sweet. We tend to, when we have vulnerable moments with Lexi, we tend to learn a lot about her. It was cool seeing some of the people, like she was talking about, that who really helped keep her alive.
Yeah. Every single one of these contestants actually have a really amazing perspective and story to share. So I'm just so glad that these were our final 4.
Yeah.
And that we have gotten to learn so much about them.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of top 2, next up is Anya Nerve and Do Take Nerve. And let's first talk about Anya's runway look, which was like the swirled honeycomb, like queen bee.
And then also on the shoulder, it was really cool.
Yes.
It's very cool.
Yes. I thought this was a very regal way. Like, I feel like we've seen kind of like a honeycomb look before, but I think Anya does a great job of having like a new take on things always.
That's one thing I've definitely come to expect from Anya Nerve that I really appreciate is just the unique way in which she decides to see something from.
Yeah, she really is just an artist, and her style is just such an extension of her artistry. Yeah. I thought this was just such a grand look. I am a sucker for a big headpiece, so I love that she had that. Now, what did you think of Anya's performance?
Anya's performance was terrific. I honestly thought that was one of the most well choreographed things I've seen that night was her song, which felt the most like a real song.
Oh,
It Takes Nerve. It Takes Nerve feels like it could just be in a thing, and I'd be like, that's a cool song for this.
Yes, I do think that while like Jules and Lexi, and I mean, we'll talk about Sam's performance too, how they had like the stunts and the tricks. I think Anya had the branding.
Oh, for sure.
And yes, her song was like a hit single. Like,
it was
so
really good. It was very catchy.
And I was thinking about this too. It Takes Nerve. That's already kind of a RuPaul thing because, you know, charisma, uniqueness, nerve, and talent.
Of course.
So I was like, oh, Anya's very on brand also for Ru with this song.
She's working her way in there really nice.
Hey, she said, look, I'm already a part of the brand. You don't even have to, like, mold this. I just am here.
That Anya, again, has only been doing this part-time for a few years.
Oh my gosh.
And just one.
Right.
And just one is incredible. And
now, what I actually thought that Anya brought the best and the most to the conversation with Ru more than anybody was like an authentic confidence.
Yes.
Because I thought that, like, while everybody did great talking to Ru and brought themselves, Anya brought so much joy and so much humor, and she got to do her bit about, like, walking slow and things like that.
That was very funny.
And I think Anya essentially did a great job of taking her time in this interview portion and really getting all that screen time.
Absolutely. I also love that when Ru clocked that, Anya clearly recognized, wow, Ru clocked something about me. I better play this up. And that was a great move for, again, branding.
Yeah, seriously. So good. The last, but certainly not least, performance was Sam Starr. But before we talk about her performance, let's talk about her runway, which was the white fringe cowboy ball gown fantasy.
Yeah.
What did you think about this?
It felt like I've seen it before from Sam, and that's the risk she's running with only being the country girl drag queen. Is that she's risking very quickly being like, well, we've seen this before. No matter how beautifully she keeps doing it, it feels repetitive. I didn't honestly get top 2 feelings.
Yeah, you know, I think you kind of hit it on the head for me when it came to the look. It was beautiful, but it was very expected. It was very polished and perfect. I will say her wig, that like beautiful blonde wave.
It was gorgeous.
Wig. Oh my God. That's probably like one of the most beautiful wigs I've seen in a very, very long time. Yeah, I mean, she just looked beautiful. She looked gorgeous, but yes, it didn't reinvent any wagon wheels for me.
No, it didn't.
Now, I will say, though, Sam's performance blew me away, actually.
It was really great.
That gag with the train and then pulling it out and then her unzipping it and then walking on it.
And then it's her own red carpet. It's so brilliant.
Oh my God.
So good.
Bring your own red carpet.
Yeah, so even if Sam didn't make it into the top 2, like, she's going to be fine.
Oh
she's going to have a big career. And she's still young. She has a huge career ahead of her.
Gosh, right? She danced the house down. She literally did, like, cheerleader flips and was, like, giving you cheer team. And then at the end with that lift and, ooh, like, that was precarious.
Yeah, I was looking at that. I'm like, wow, I
will say, too, Sam actually had one of my other favorite conversations with Ru, not even specifically because of Sam, but because we got to see Sam's mom and sister.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, I am, like, Sam's sister's, like, #1 fan.
Yeah. You were saying you were a little obsessed.
Oh my God. I was so obsessed with her. She's like, yeah, she's always wanted to be me. And like, she's just,
she did say
I'm
that.
like, that's sassy star right there. Like, that's sissy sassy star.
Sissy sassy star.
Like, down because.
That's catchy.
Yeah, thank you.
Or is it?
And also the way that her sister was like cheering.
Yeah.
For Sam during it. Like, I felt we were at a cheer competition.
You pointed that out to me. She was really like, get up. Yeah. Go, Sam.
It was just.
I love that.
It was incredible. Next up, let's talk Miss Congeniality. So Miss Congeniality was presented by, well, there were 2 previous Miss Congenialities because there were 2 Miss Congenialities awarded for season 16, and that was Tsunami, Muse, and Saphira. And
they had 2 winners last year. There were 2 people that were deemed equally nice.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah.
Or equally congenial.
Yeah, it was a bit of a gag. It was amazing seeing them both again, and oh my God, they brought it in the looks. They just looked so amazing.
They did. They looked terrific. I loved how when they came out, they had to like, all right, so we can't come out next to each other. Yeah, we're not going to fit.
They each had like this amazing like back pieces.
And then, and they swapped, they came through, they walked, and then they came back and just stood in front of it, so I didn't have to do that again.
Yeah, a bit of staging needed to happen.
It was fun. I liked it.
Yes, and we have crowned just one Congeniality winner.
Yep.
Yes. And that was Crystal Envy. Yes.
She's another one where I look at them and I wouldn't blame her if she just said, I'm not doing anything else for you, RuPaul. I'm sorry.
So I want to say Crystal looked amazing. Speaking of like runway outfits.
Incredible.
Oh, she was selling you class and sex. Speaking of Barbie, I mean, this is just such a top tier cast. I also just want to say, like, in general, this cast and this season has been one of my favorites, I think, since season 11. Like, maybe even farther back than that.
Okay.
I just thought that this was incredible. A little inside tea is when Crystal left, she left every single girl like a little gift.
And she did write that thing on the mirrors, so that's so...
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, see, that's why she won.
I mean...
That's so beautiful.
Yeah, so she is just literally that girl, that nice girl.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that there was a moment where, and it might have been the cat makeup again, but it looked like Arrietty was mad that Crystal won. Mm-hmm. As, like, Arrietty, did you think you were in the running for this?
Now, after Congeniality, they did an amazing tribute to Liza Minnelli.
That was pretty cool.
Who was actually there.
She was.
Posed in her chair, snapping her little arms and kicking her little legs during the number and, like, fully engaged in this whole bit.
Yeah. It was cool. It was Liza. Liza was actually there.
It was honestly like kind of mind blowing.
Yeah.
Just to see, and like we got to hear her just talk so much, and just hearing this. her speech pattern, because it's something that the girls always do a great job of like playing up when they're impersonating her for Snatch Game. But to hear her and like, I'm like, no, that's really how she talks. Now, before we had our final lip sync for the crown, we got to see the amazing step down of Nymphia Wind from season 16, the banana queen herself.
She's so fun.
Miss Jane Goodall, or what's her name?
Jane not good at all. At all.
Oh my gosh, she is such an amazing, fantastic winner, and honestly has had one of the most iconic reigns, I feel like, of like a lot of the winners in a lot of ways, because she did so much in just like her year of reign.
She really did.
Yeah, I mean, they mentioned a ton of stuff, but I mean, she got to go to Taiwan and perform there and meet the former president of Taiwan, which is incredible. Yeah. She got to perform at the Paris Olympics.
Which is really cool.
Yeah, which is so, so incredible. And I mean, I was gagged when they actually like showed us the split screen of her in the real Jane Goodall.
Yeah, that was funny. Because obviously it was like a lot of, like, you need to really understand. A lot of it was you need to know Jane Goodall, but Nymphia made it accessible even without, kind of like Katya did with her Bjork.
Yeah.
Like, if you really know Bjork, you will really appreciate it, but even if you only a little bit know who they are, it's still very fun.
Yeah, everybody can laugh.
And so, yeah, it was fun seeing with the actual Jane Goodall for a comparison.
My favorite part was when Jane Goodall clocked that wig.
She sure did.
It's very funny, dear, but like, your wig looks like busted.
Yeah.
Not really. I mean, that's not what she said, but
it was funny.
She said, clocked. Speaking about floating in the clouds, we had like a few outfits that referenced the clouds, but Nymphia was like the goddess of the clouds.
Yeah, and just like appearing in a mist with a big tiger coming around her. It was incredible.
And like literally giving you like deity masks.
Yes. Oh my God, that mask was so beautiful. It looked heavy.
Yeah.
It looked really heavy.
Breathtaking, literally. All right, so we've already basically said that the top two was kind of not who we were expecting, but upon reflection, it definitely makes sense.
Yeah.
With Anya being up there, and then personally for me, I think that Jules has had such this upward trajectory in this last part of the season that between her performance going so well and just everything, it made sense to me. How did you feel?
I always imagined Jules in the top two, and Anya made perfect sense when you are taking into account everything. It's hard with something especially as large as the grand finale to not think of it all as based on in that moment.
Just that moment, right.
It's hard to not think of it that way and keep your mind on the whole game, the whole track record and everything. So once I thought about it in that mind, it made perfect sense.
Yeah, yeah. Now, I will say, though, this lip sync itself, this is now just one of many, many, many times where the person that won the lip sync did not win the season. And I'm going to stand firm on that. Jules, to me, so they lip synced to Lady Gaga, brand new song, like, honestly, Abracadabra.
Yeah.
Literally from the Mayhem album that's out. So come on, budgets. And I'm sorry, but Jules ate. She was piggy.
She really did.
She left no crumbs. Jules took her time. She had reveals. She had her umbrella thing. She was able to play with the song and really kind of give you like the full like Grammy performance of it. Anya started literally at 100, trying to do like the abracadabra like motions and stuff. And so, it did feel like she got tired really quickly throughout the song.
She did. Yeah, maybe that's it, too. She made herself too tired too quick.
Yeah, Jules really did feel like she came in with a plan.
Yeah. Because she was moving kind of slow there at the beginning.
She was.
With purpose, but slow.
Saving her breath. Exactly, with purpose.
With purpose, but slow.
Mm-hmm. Now, with that being said, a huge congratulations to Anya Nerve. Because Anya Nerve is an overwhelmingly deserving winner, 4 challenges. She slayed.
Yeah.
The entire season. And honestly, if you rewatch our Sit and Sub episodes, the whole like first 3/4 of the season, I was saying it's gotta be Anya. It's gotta be Anya.
Yeah.
How did you feel about Anya's win?
I felt like the win made a lot of sense again, more in retrospect, because yes, Jules did win that lip sync.
Now, Jordan, before we can end our episode, we still have to do our sips and our spits of the week. So, Jordan, who is your sip of the week?
My sip of the week is actually going to go to Jules Sparkles, because I really, I know I said that Anya Nerve's song was the only one that sounded like a real song, but really, I actually could totally listen to the Ding-a-Ling song.
I could call it the Ding-a-Ling song.
I mean,
my sip of the week, I am going to give it to Lexi Love and the reveals that we never got to see, or that we did get to see.
But not in the way we were going to. Oh my God.
Yes, I was obsessed with the fact that when she found out that she wasn't top 2, she quickly did each reveal and then put up the wings before she went backstage.
It was
good. Just so perfect. Yeah,
it was
perfect
so
comedic
funny.
timing.
I was going to say exactly that. Perfect comedic timing. It was hysterical. It was extremely Looney Tunes.
Yes. All right, Jordan. It might be incredibly shady for us to do a spit on the finale episode, but here we go. Who is your spit of the week?
I'm going to just sound like I'm being mean, but it's Acacia Forgot.
Oh, okay.
While I did say that I found it very funny that she was just the pissed off to be there girl, I also got tired of it. So I guess I'm fickle like the audience. Wait, I am the audience.
So you just didn't like her attitude, so you said bye.
Yeah, but see, that sounds bad. I just felt like it was a downer energy.
Okay. I might have a controversial spit of the week. But I'm actually going to give my spit to Miss Lydia Butthole Kollins.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Only because I think of everybody's runway look, hers was the most simple. It's not that I didn't like it. I really liked it. It was the very, simple, white and silver look.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I, remembered it, honestly, just because it was so simple. And I was like, huh. But, yeah. But that's the only reason.
Yeah.
All right. So, what is your final thoughts about this final episode, the grand finale? I just want to keep saying final.
At the end of the day, yeah, it was pretty obviously Anya. It was pretty obviously going to be Anya looking back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that.
What about you?
At the end of the day, I think Anya showed us best that make Rue laugh. Give that consistent track record and just be yourself at all times. I think that ultimately took her to the win. Yay, Jordan. We did it.
We did it.
We have finally finished recapping our very, very first season together as with Drag Race. It's so much fun. Now, this coming week, we should actually be getting the Meet the Queens and the promos for All Stars 10. So don't you worry. We will have another episode for y'all next week where we talk about All Stars 10, so be ready for that.
Yeah, it'll be good.
Don't forget to support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to the channel. Until next week, divas, take care of yourselves. Bye.